Hi, Runner Story family. This is Allison Gilliard with Runner Story, where every story needs to be heard. And making sure that your incredible stories get heard this month are our friends from Rocket City Marathon. All right, guys, take it away.
50 years, 5 races, 1 incredible weekend. The Rocket City Marathon Race Weekend. Join thousands of runners December 11th through 13th in Huntsville, Alabama, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of this iconic running tradition. Whether you're chasing a personal record, a Boston qualifier, or your very first finish line, there's a race for you, including the marathon, half marathon, 10K, 5K, and 1 mile. Experience incredible race day energy, commemorative 50th anniversary medals, and a celebration 50 years in the making. Register now at irunrocketcity.com.
Thanks, Rocket City Marathon, for getting us so hyped up. We are so pumped for December. We cannot wait. It's going to be epic. So pumped and excited to be a part of this. Thank you for believing in Runner Story Podcast. Thank you for what you've done for 50 years for Rocket City Marathon. It's going to be an epic time. And again, just thank you for what you do for the running community. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So guys, make sure you sign up. Rocket City Marathon. It's going to be amazing. We start training August 1st. Holy smokes, it's going to happen. We're so excited. So make sure you follow Rocket City Marathon. Make sure you sign up and go be a part of history. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Speaking of amazing, Dr. Blake Colton. What a runner. What a human being. He's a dad, he's a husband, and he brought so many nuggets of knowledge. And he really talked about the significance of failure, because where his story could have ended on the pavement, it led him into the trails. And what a beautiful story of not giving up, of perseverance, and that our greatest lessons come from failure, and that failure only wins if you quit. Oh, so good. Absolutely amazing. I really enjoy talking to Blake and his incredible heart for community, his incredible heart for family, and his incredible heart for running, especially in the trails. And I absolutely loved it. I took so many notes because I was like, I've got to write down everything he's saying. It was just that good. It was so amazing. So Blake, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for what you're doing in the trails and with the running community. And we cannot wait to see what else you accomplish, my friend, because you're running with a mission. You're doing something epic. So very proud of you. All right, guys, lace up those running shoes, get ready, get set, and go run with my friend Blake and his run story. Well, thanks, Blake, for being on the Runner Story podcast. I am so excited to get to hear your story.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to answer any questions you got.
Absolutely. Full disclosure, I had no idea who you were until Stefan was like, hey, Blake Colton said yes to being on our podcast. And I was like, okay. So then I started following you and I was like, holy smokes. Okay. So I was very excited.
That seems to be the trend. And I never thought I'd be on a podcast, but I won't say that this is a bad way of starting.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
well, for those of us that want to learn about you, because you've done several ultra marathons, several 100-milers, and you're in the midst of training right now. So again, thank you for taking time out of your training schedule to sit down with us to share your story. So how did we get here? How does your story begin?
it all started back in high school. I ran cross country and track. I could have went to college and run cross country, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do for a profession.
Sure.
And my grandpa kind of had some influence on that. He was an electrician. So I kind of looked into the trades and ended up going that route. So my running career was on pause for quite some time. I would say about 8 years ago, it kind of picked back up. And I got into marathons. My dad was a big road runner and did marathons. And that's kind of how I got the idea of trying one. And of course, I always have to go, if you can tell from my ultra sign up, I always have to pick the hard thing to do first.
No,
So I got to dive head first. So my goal was always qualifying for Boston. And
wow. Okay.
I tried 4 different times over 4 years, and certainly enough, I've never made it. And I almost quit running after that. And I ran into a buddy and he's like, hey, if you're kind of burnt out of trying to do the marathon stuff, you need to try trail stuff. And that's how I got into trail running, was actually through quite a bit of failure. And I was instantly hooked because my issue with the road running was I have a lot of gut issues. I've had it since I was a kid with acid reflux and stuff. So the faster speed put some wear and tear on me. So I almost quit because of it. So the slower pace helps out, and I got to enjoy running again. And started, funny enough, with a backyard ultra, which I never knew anything about. And I pretty much sprinted it until I blew up. And again, like I said, through failure, I just kept going and kept reaching for the next goals. And it led me to running a 200 miler last year. And again, once I hit a goal, I keep planning the next one and the next one. And I guess my running story now is I'm gearing up to run across the state of Iowa. I'm going to go for the FKT this year. So
Yeah.
that is my running story in a
That is
short burst.
absolutely
You might-
amazing. And I love how you said, and I really appreciate you sharing that. And I really appreciate the fact that you said my failure in road running, well, it almost stopped me. It's what led me to trails. That is beautiful.
Well, I have buddies still to this day that won't give up the road, and I won't talk them into it, but
Mhm.
there's always another way of running that you could try before giving up. And I'm glad I got to experience that, because
Me too.
obviously my life's changed completely because of it, and I'm grateful. So
Absolutely. And for those of us that are living vicariously through you and going, well, I can't believe you just did that. It's absolutely amazing. So tell me, what was it like to get your first buckle?
yeah, that's what kind of interested me with the whole thing, because
Okay.
I listened to books and audio tapes, and they always talked about the belt buckle. So that's why I'm like, well, if I'm going to run 100K, I want to get a belt buckle, my first one. And funny enough, I signed up for one, not even thinking, in January. And it was in pretty much the St. Louis, Missouri area. And prior years have been warmer, but this year it ended up being negative 17 degrees starting time.
What?
Yes. And
What?
I'm not kidding. People had winter coats and pants. My best friend started, I'd never seen anyone start with skiing goggles. And I was just, all what I cared about was just making it. I threw out
Mm-hmm.
all my time goals and stuff. And within 20 miles in this, I have already slipped on my back, hurt my back.
Oh, no.
And luckily, I met some awesome people on the trail, because I went, just me and my friend, and we both ended up racing because we were still new to ultra running. We didn't know
Sure.
how important crews were, like people to take care of you. So luckily, someone gave me some ibuprofen and stuff to get me back on. And by the end of lap 2, so they're 20-mile loops,
Okay.
I was 40 miles in and it started blizzarding. And I'm
Oh.
not kidding you. My friend's going to have to quote me, but I'm pretty sure the flag markers were the silver white. And I remember sprinting the last 20 miles because I was so scared of not being able to see the markers because of this blizzard. And I ended up coming in the second place unknowingly. And
That's
I just
wild.
remember yes, it was awesome. And again, after that, that was January, and that was coming off of a 30 miler. I stepped it up to the 100K. And then 2 months after that, I signed up for my very first 100 miler. And I don't know if you ever see, I'll have to post it sometime, but that flooded down in Mississippi and we had to swim.
Yes.
It was, yes, it was a loop course and I had to swim 5 times a lap. I ended up winning my very first 100 miler. And
At that
I
race.
could not believe, yes, my very first
What?
100 miler. And me and my friends were talking the other day. We're like, how did that happen? And I think it was, I respected both times the distance and I never got out too fast. And my whole goal was, since it was my first one, was just to have fun. And those were the races that honestly went smooth and I had fun and spirits were up. And again, after those two being my first longer ultras, I was hooked. I thought I was great. And which later years I would get humbled race after race. And that's why I love running. It's you learn something every race you do.
It's amazing. Speaking of things that you've learned from running, will you share some of those lessons that you've learned?
Yeah, honestly, the greatest lessons you'll ever learn is through failure.
Mhm.
And the only way failure can win is if you quit. I always have bad races, but that teaches you how to level up as a runner because you never hit them flaws before because you're pushing a little bit harder this race. Now you got to learn a little bit more about sodium. And now you're learning real life lessons from this, like how to
Sure.
be more in tune with your body. I learned a lot from it.
So I got to know, because you've done several races, do you have a favorite
Yes.
race?
Mississippi 100 will always have my heart because I love the people I met down there and the hospitality. And I'm from Iowa, so March is when that race happens. So I like to go down there and get the 80-degree weather. But around home, I have to say it's called the Galena Sky Race. It's a 8-hour event and a 4-hour
Sweet.
event, and it's a loop course, but it's on a ski resort overlooking the Mississippi River. And
Oh,
it's
fun.
awesome. Yeah, stunning views. And then plus your family gets to see you multiple times because it's a figure eight. And it's also fun because they got the lodge there. So everyone that usually race stays there. So you get to meet and have fun and have pizza. And if you drink, have drinks and stuff afterwards. And it's a cool, small community, but I think 150 runners at a time. So it's a big race, but feels like a small vibe. Good people. Yeah.
I love that. So there's a group of us girls that we've been talking about how we want to go out and we want to do a timed event like that. And so we've all been searching and I've not heard of that one. So I will definitely have, what time of year is that race?
It's like mid-May.
Okay.
So it's cooler in the morning and
hmm
then it kind of gets in the mid 70s, maybe close to 80s by the
Okay.
end of it. So it's
Mm,
awesome.
yeah.
That was one race that my wife's done and she yelled at me this year for not doing it. But I'm a person, I've done it 2 years in a row. I'm like,
hmm
I want to try something else. There's only
Mm,
so many training blocks you can do a year. It's like, I want to try something else. And this new race I did this year, it didn't really impress me. So I know at least I'm going to go back to Galena next year.
it's fair. You try something, you're like, nah, not for me, dog. It's good.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe Galena holds high standards and it just didn't come
Mm,
close. So it's not
there
the
you
other
go. There
race's
you go.
fault. So
There you go. Oh, well,
Galena's just
okay.
good.
That leads me to my next question, which is, do you have a race that you're like, not my favorite, or I want to go back and show that race what I can do?
So probably my first DNF came from, it's the same lady that does Galena. Her name's Michelle Hartwig, and I think it's Midwest States 100, and it's up in Wisconsin. And okay, this is me being naive. I seen some of the times and I'm like, Wisconsin, I'm like, 28 hours gets you the fastest time. I'm like, I did a mountain race out in Colorado and I did 26 hours. So I was like, I feel like I can go 28. And man, I was so wrong. And I
Mm,
could have just read the description right on it. It said Midwest States 100 and an adventure. It was double coverage woods, no self-service. It was muggy. It was an adventure. And I tried to sprint it and I cooked myself. And that's just one race that's beautiful. And if I would have just respected it from the beginning, I could have finished and I would like to go back and at least get the belt buckle.
okay. Yeah.
So
I feel like I
yeah,
should have just read the description.
oh, for sure. I was like, I'm going to run this whole thing. And I'm like running through swampy areas. And I was just a little bit delusional on that one. So I have a bone to pick with that one. I'll be back.
That's fair. That's so fair.
And it wasn't like, yeah, it was just from me being stupid, like just making stupid mistakes. So easily fixable.
I just love how, though, you looked at the time and you're like 28,
Oh,
I got this. And then,
oh yeah, that's what basically my pace, everything. And I was so wrong. Just didn't respect it. And I'm grateful for it because it totally changed my future. So
yeah. And that was a lesson learned. Read the course
yeah,
description.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So, what does your routine look like when you're getting ready for a 100 miler or for a trail run? Do you have a pre race routine?
Are you talking like the week of?
Sure. Yeah. What does your routine look like?
Usually like the week of, I'm one of them people that it started when the marathon. I would always lay out my clothes, even the week of, just making sure I got tried and true tested gear,
Hmm.
making sure I have my socks where, because I wear toe socks, so I wear them so
Same.
often
Yeah.
that I'll blow toes out. So I'll lay them out, make sure that they're good, just making sure I don't have to order anything last minute.
Oh, that's
So
good. That's a
like
good idea.
week of, I'll lay everything out. And next week, I have my first backyard ultra of the year. So I'll start planning my food and I'll start doing that by hour breakdown. That way, when I'm in the moment, I don't have to worry or think any extra.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll do the week of leading up to. But for training wise, I'm a father, a husband, and a full-time electrician. So the training, I just get it in when I can.
Yeah,
I,
for
I'm,
sure.
I'm not professional on that by any means. I wish I could, but I love running. I'm going to try to enjoy it as long as I can, but it's still a hobby to me.
Sure. Absolutely. So you cross the finish line of your race. How do you celebrate? What does recovery look like for you? What do you do post race celebration?
Okay, this is awesome. So I talked my family into going down to Florida. I tricked them, telling them I was going to Disney World, and I ended up signing up for a 200 miler down there.
Oh, okay.
And
Thanks, Dad.
I hinted at it. I'm like, you guys will have fun. I'll get an Airbnb by the beach. That way, when Dad's running and suffering, you guys can go and have fun. And it happened that way. But
Okay.
literally, I finished it and I was pumped that I finished it because it was obviously 200 miles. I couldn't believe I finished and did it. So my wife asked me if we were still going to Disney World. And the next day after a 200 miler, I took my family to Disney World till park closed. So I got 10 miles of walking in. I honestly, movement is key when it
Mhm.
comes to recovery, if you can. Obviously, I've been really lucky with blisters and stuff, so I've been able to move. I'm usually
Mhm.
tight or swollen, but the key is movement. And if you can't get the movement in, I truly believe in the compression boots,
Mhm. Mhm.
the air boots. Those will do the same thing, but for you, they kind of flush everything out and they work great. But that's usually what I like to do. I like to walk in boots. The kids laugh at me because I take probably more baths than them, but I like to soak and do salt baths and stuff, but mostly the
Absolutely.
boots.
Most of the boots. You saying about Disney after your race, it made me think about, I don't even know if they still do this, but usually after whoever wins the Super Bowl, they always ask, so
Yep.
what are you doing next? And they're like, I'm going to Disney World. Like,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
you
That's pretty much it. My wife's like, are you sure about this? I'm like, yes, I promised it. I'm like, if I have to rent one of them little rascals, I'll do it. But I ended up was relatively fine. And like I said, I think we walked 10 or 11 miles that day.
Mhm.
But
That is
just
ama
getting
and what a
rehydrated
memory.
and yeah, it was awesome. I would pay $30,000 to do it again. Same way. It was magical, really.
Pun intended. It's fun.
Yep. Yep.
So I have to know, what is your favorite running item? You will not hit the trails without this item.
At this point, I think I really fallen in love with the Janji. I think I'm saying it right. Janji running tights.
Oh, okay.
And I love them just because I don't have to wear a vest or even I've fallen also in love with the Solomon waist belt, just
Mhm.
where the vest creates a lot of heat and I'm trying to figure out some issues again with stomach. So I'm trying to get away from the vest. So It's either the belt or the G&G tights because they can fit your Solomon water bottles in on the side. I can fit my cell phone. I can fit gels with no extra gear. So that's probably my number one favorite thing. Plus, they got a 5-year warranty. Like, I'm not sponsored by them, but a 5-year warranty is crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially when you're in the trails.
Yeah, it's going to get beat up.
Yeah.
We're running races 50 miles on up. They're going to wear out, but I've turned them in on warranty and they've been great to me. So that's my number one probably running item for sure.
That's amazing. Okay. Very cool. Let's talk shoes. What do you like to run the trails in?
Definitely have fallen in love with the Mount to Coast H1s. If you haven't seen, they've become really popular with Cocodona 250. They came out with a new scheme where they're red, and it's like, man, you're seeing red shoes everywhere. But I used them for across Florida 200 and Mississippi. I probably have 700 miles on them, and they still are awesome. Not even joking. Maybe a month ago, I even ran a fast half marathon, and it was like a 1:19 half. And I'm running in a shoe that has probably 800 miles in them. Still a great shoe. So I will brag about that shoe.
Okay. Yeah. Man. Okay. Let's talk fuel because you've mentioned several times that you've had issues with fueling. So how do you fuel these days? What are we working with?
Probably store-bought and stuff. I'm going to go with Precision Fuel, the 90 carb. It does pretty well. I found out my last gut issue problem was actually from Ketone IQ, which I recommend them. It just doesn't work for me. They work great for my friends and stuff, but that's where my gut issue actually came from. So I found that out. I eliminated it. So I'm going to probably stick with Precision Fuel. But my friends, we're kind of trying to get creative with online, just seeing how far just posting and everything goes. And he started one on running hacks, like how to make running cheaper. So we've been testing out making our own fuel.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit cheaper. And it's worked. I tried it on my 11-hour race this last month, and it worked out pretty well. I overcooked myself. So I want to test it again before I start bragging about it. But it's got obviously your honey, dates, peanut butter, oats, and some other stuff. My friend Travis, he makes it for me. Luckily, he's the guru behind it. But yeah, so all natural. That way it's easy on the gut. And for my shorter runs, I'll even do all natural maple syrup. And
I've seen you with the jar.
Yep, it works. I will stand by it. But again, it's one of them things. I tested it for up to 20 miles. I'm not going to brag about it and say that it'll work for 100. That's pure sugar. But it works.
That's awesome. That's very cool. And I know that there's a brand, I cannot think of it, but they sell pre-done maple syrup for on the go. So
yeah. Yeah. And that works. Again, you're paying for the convenience of the single serving. You can get a good big jug of maple syrup. And what we're doing is they make soft bottles for shampoo travel where they're almost like your water bottle. And they're 3 ounces. You do the math with how much carbs that 3 ounces gives you, but easy to travel. And it's a reusable squeeze bottle for less than $2.
Okay. I like the ingenuity.
I was doing. Yeah, that's how I was doing the maple syrup on the run. I was doing it in shampoo bottles, travel shampoo bottles. Not like a pumper. I'm running with a pumper.
You should do that though. That might win.
That would be funny.
You'd get people
I
talking
know,
there.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I love how you guys were like, let's see if we can make this ourselves. That's so cool.
Well, I was just doing some research on some high dollar gels, and it was $80 for 10 hours worth of fuel. And I'm like in this backyard ultra, I'm like, I minimum for a goal, I at least want to do a day because I'm well capable of it. But it's holy smokes, you're talking $200-300 worth of fuel. And we got to be able to do this cheaper. So that's how that started.
It's amazing.
Just try to do it a little bit cheaper.
Sure. Wow. Do you, and you've mentioned this already about Mississippi 100, how it means so much to you because you had all the crazy weather, but then also you got overall, and it's just amazing. But do you have a favorite running memory that just, when you think about it, you're like, wow, that's such a great memory, or one that kind of makes you chuckle and you're like, yeah, that's totally running?
Oh man, I could laugh about every race. It's me and my friends out there every time, and we're our own characters. We could probably have our own show because we're just goofballs. But yeah, I do have another one besides Mississippi, and it was definitely the Florida one because I got to pick up my best friend Travis at 100 miles, and I talked him into pacing me 100 miles. And he's like, well, why wouldn't I want to do it? He's like, it's $30 for a pacer, and I get to see a lot of Florida. So during that run, I got sick early on. So my second day was miserable because I was dehydrated and behind on food. But by the end of that night, me and Travis, we ate at McDonald's. We went inside and had a Big Mac during the race. And there was another time we stopped at a Dollar General and got 3 bags of beef jerky and just sat outside drinking energy drinks during this race. And it was fun because I took it as an adventure with my best friend, and it was the coolest thing ever. And especially that we got to finish it together. So
That's such a great story.
yeah, it was awesome. Because we walk in and it's almost midnight at this McDonald's in a rough area, and we looked like we were homeless. This is night 2. I'm starving, and he's like, "Are you guys biking?" And I'm like, "No, I'm running across Florida." And he just started laughing. I think we got our food for free, but we were delirious. And he's like, "Hey, you gotta watch out for the hogs up the road." And I'm like, is he talking about motorcyclists or wild hogs? And he was talking about wild hogs. We were going to go in this wooded area and maybe get attacked by wild hogs. And I was just eating my cheeseburger, just laughing. Because at this point, I just didn't care. I was just having fun and didn't know what I was getting into.
You didn't read the course description for that one either, huh? Watch out for wild hogs.
Yeah. Oh, man. Again, I'm going to be positive on here. The whole race didn't fit the description, but again, I finished, so I was happy.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, it was a 200 miler that you pretty much had to run off of GPX only, like your watch or your cell phone. So it was a difficult race to actually run and do well because I had to have put on, I don't know, 15 extra miles just from getting lost so often.
Get out of here. That is wild.
Yeah. It's just, again, I believe it was their first year doing it, so I'm not going to bash them, but
sure.
Yeah. I had my wife constantly calling me. She's like, you missed the trailhead like a quarter mile back, and we would run back. Otherwise, we would have been lost.
Sure. And ran into wild hogs.
It was an adventure. Yeah. I found no wild hogs. That stinks. We did find a lot of armadillos.
Okay.
Which was cool. They're kind of like raccoons there. It's funny, which I don't know what kind of crazy little animals you guys have, but raccoons are wild here. They're popular.
Okay. Wow. We've seen
them.
This is awesome. I'm just trying to picture it. Like you're like running. You're like, was that a wild hog? No, just armadillo.
Man.
Okay, was that a wild hog?
Again, my friend would be laughing because he was relatively pretty awake, and I think it took me 72 hours to finish. So I was 2 nights in, and I'm really good at falling asleep while running. And he said he'd be running in front of me, guiding me, and then all of a sudden he could tell my headlight would be staring up in the trees or something. And he could tell that I fell asleep, and he'd come back and get me. But yeah, we heard all this rustling, and we're like, oh my gosh, is it going to be like an alligator or something? We're from Iowa, so we're hoping something just crazy. And then, nope, it's a little armadillo making all this noise, and we just start busting out laughing. Oh,
That
it
is
was awesome.
fantastic. Do you have a favorite, let's say when you cross the finish line and you get done, is there something that you're like, I cannot wait to eat this?
It usually ends up being Taco Bell, and I don't know if I just finish races at really bad times where that's the only thing open, or it just hits in the moment. I don't know, but it always ends up being Taco Bell, funny enough.
Hey,
Yeah, not healthy. Don't follow me for any food advice. I still got room for improvement there, but it's Taco Bell.
no judgment
I'm human.
whatsoever.
I'm real. Yeah.
Do you listen to music when you run?
Yes. I am a party animal. I am the person which people might hate me. You can do whatever. But at nighttime, I usually do get scared. So I'm the person blaring the EDM, the electronic, not techno, but people call it techno music at night.
Sure.
And I'm just
Mhm.
partying. Hopefully scaring spooky stuff away. I'm just partying as loud as I can.
I love that. Oh, so much. I will say what's really cool is you'll sometimes put like, hey, this is what you need to add to your playlist on your social
Yeah, I need
media.
to do that more because it forces me to find new music too for myself. So I need to start posting that stuff again for everyone's good. Because I promise it might not sound good through your phone, but when you're running and you just hear the beat and it
Mhm.
just keeps you moving, that's the best time when you're running.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to picture it at night when you're just going
Oh,
at
yeah.
it.
Headlamp. You could barely see just a little dot in front of you, just playing it loud enough that something's scared of you.
Mhm, mhm.
But I just run it as fast as I can.
I
So
love
it's
that's a
funny.
great idea. Great idea. Do you have a favorite recovery tool?
Yeah. The boots, and then I can't think of the brand if it's like RX or it's a spring loaded roller that
Ooh,
you
okay.
put on your, yeah, I'm put on the spot now. I think it's like RX recovery roller or something, but
Mhm.
its the tension's pretty good on it and it hurts pretty good, but that's probably one of my favorites. And then, like I said, number one is the boots for
Mhm.
sure.
Now, I was gonna ask you about the boots. Is that to where do you take it with you if you need to stop, if you're being crude? You're like, hey, let me put my boots on real quick, or let me get the
No,
foam roller out real quick.
no,
No, okay.
I've never done that. I don't know if I'm just dumb, but I just embrace it
Sure.
until it's over anyways.
Hmm.
I've never tried the massage gun or nothing. Usually I'm too beat up and a lot of them races I go with my friends and they end up racing. So I usually don't have a crew. So I don't usually use a lot of recovery stuff mid race.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite cross training activity?
Just the typical stuff that everyone probably says is weightlifting and biking. I
Okay.
met my wife through biking. Me and her used to race BMX, and yeah, that was our thing. And we raced competitively. And that's where the weightlifting came into play. That was more of a strength training activity sprint kind of thing. So I still like the bike, and my kids are getting into biking. So that's probably, again, I don't have a whole lot of time. So that's usually the two things I get in for cross training.
That is incredible. That is so much fun.
Yeah.
So let's say that somebody's listening and whether they're brand new to running or they're a seasoned runner and they're like, I can't believe he just ran 200 miles. He's talking about 100 miles. But what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start running or wants to go into the trails or wants to go for their first 100 miler?
I would say just go slow. Go slow enough where you make sure that you enjoy it, where you're not going to get burnt out and hurt. Make sure you're in it for the long haul because running isn't really enjoyable until you get into shape. I will say that. And it takes a while to get there. And that's the hard part and the beauty of it. Because once you start enjoying it, you turn into maybe someone like me addicted, but just go slow and enjoy it. Because, like I said, I put so much pressure on myself with trying to qualify for Boston that I burnt myself out and I almost didn't see this whole other side of it. And again, I never would have thought I would be going from failures to 2 podcasts in a month and making money on social media by posting running like it's crazy. So go slow, be consistent, and you'll never know where I'll take you.
That is beautiful. Let's talk about goals. Do you have any coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
I have races coming up, which they're kind of getting me prepped for this big goal. And my big goal is the Cross Iowa FKT.
Mm-hmm.
It's 276 miles across Iowa, and it runs across Highway 92. And it's from basically the Mississippi to the Omaha side border. And I originally had this planned out to run and raise money for my brother-in-law. He had cancer, ended up passing away in January. So still doing it, the SKT, the fastest known time, but I'm going to try to raise money for a good cause, but a different cause.
That is amazing that you're doing that, that you're taking a very sad
Yeah,
chapter and making it into something with your own running chapter.
I think I have to. And I know my brother-in-law wouldn't want me moping or nothing. And
Sure.
I'm using it as fuel for positive things. And I think he knew his cancer was bad and he fought as much as he could for us. And he was young. He was inspiration for everybody. And I want to be that same thing to anyone that is kind of looking. And he had a good support teams. And I know that there's families that don't. So that's my main drive for this run across Iowa. If I can raise some money, and I think my goal is to give it back to the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. I had a buddy that his kid went through there and luckily made it out and is recovered and well. But again, I think of the families that don't have the support. And I think of little kids going through the same thing my brother-in-law did. And if I could use my running journey and my views and content for something good like that, that's my goal. That's my dream, really.
And that's one of the things that I love about the running community is that I feel like the running community is the first one to step up whenever there is something like this. You saw this moment, you're like, well, yes, you're doing it for this really cool experience, but now you're taking, again, like I said, you're taking this sad chapter and you're saying, but he's going to run with me. I'm taking his story with me and we're going to do this together and you're going to get to tell his story. I think
Yeah.
that's the beauty of this running community.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I'm hooked. And
Mm,
that's also what I try to be open and transparent online. And hopefully people will share their stories and chase their dreams and inspire other people to do the same thing. Maybe make the world a better place.
preach.
That's
Oh,
my
preach.
hopes. Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's what's wrong. It's no one in the real world helps each other. And then we go to the ultra world and we're cheering for people that's kicking our butt. And
Yeah,
we love to
right. Yeah.
see records getting beat. If it's even though it's a guy, girl, doesn't matter. It's
Mhm.
awesome. I love it. And if I can move the positivity to normal day life people, and that's awesome.
So very well said. I love that. But like when it gets hard, when you're having to blur the music because you get scared or you're delusional or you're like, why am I out here doing this? Do you have a mantra? Is there something that you tell yourself to keep going?
Well, again, with my brother-in-law passing, I knew he never gave up. So
Mm.
no matter what, just keep fighting as long as I can. And that got me through my first 100-miler this year. That was the first race back from losing him. And I didn't realize how undertrained I was. And I ran it basically with no training. And in the darkest times, I'm like, he kept going to chemo. He kept fighting for his kids. He went to chemo and the same day drove back from Minnesota and played softball or played bowling or was present with his kid. Like, right, same day of getting chemo, like just being present. So in the hard times, just be present and hard times pass and just keep pushing.
Oh, that's so good. Do you have a favorite length run, whether it is a training run or it is race day? Do you have that mileage that you just love to run?
I'm going to say 100-miler just because I
Sure.
know it's a whole day. It's going to be an adventure. Like,
Hmm.
it always scares me. It's always going to scare me, even
Sure.
though I know I'm decent at them, but everyone's a different animal. But I know I have nothing to worry about for at least close to 24 hours. They're fun. I really want to do more longer distance because I was a kid that played outside and always dreamt of going on adventures or getting on the railroad track and see where it takes you across the country kind of kid. But I would like to do a more, at least 200 milers, just because I like the multi-day deal.
Okay. Yeah. When you're not running, what do you like to do? What fuels your soul?
I love being a dad and obviously a husband. I couldn't, like, I love being a husband, but watching my kids going through school now and doing sports, my kids are doing way better than me in school. And my son, for a while, didn't really like sports a whole lot, but found baseball and has found his friends and really enjoying baseball. So my passions outside of this is obviously my kids because they're the most rewarding thing that you can obviously have. So
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. So, are they considering coming to crew you during one of your races?
they
Okay.
do, and they help. So it's so funny because my boy is identical to me, and we're sensitive, big heart people. And I can tell every time I come into aid stations, my son is so concerned about me. And he's such a loving kid. No matter how sweaty I am, he'll come over and rub my back. And he doesn't even have to say anything. And you just know he's caring about you. And funny enough, my 11-hour race, I knew the heat was going to be an issue. And of course, it was the last hour. And I'm sick. And my kid comes over to me and he's, "Hey, Dad, you know what makes us tough, right?" And I start laughing because I'm like, man, I tell this kid all this stuff. And I'm like, he's going to hit me with a quote. He said, "What makes us tough is we don't give up. We keep fighting." And I'm like, man, I got to get up off this ground and at least do another lap. And I'm like, man, if I'm going to preach this to my kid, I got to stand by it. And I'm like, at the point where I was about to throw in the towel. I had 30 minutes left of this 11-hour race, but I knew I could do one more lap. So I head back out. I get like halfway and start puking my guts out.
Oh,
And
no.
I'd start laughing. I'm like, thanks a lot, man. I'm like, I should have listened to my kid. But again, I say things to my kids, and it's like, if he's telling me this in tough times, I got to lead by example. So I'm glad I went back out, even though I puked. But again, kids are rewarding and I wouldn't change it.
Such a great story.
Yeah, funny.
Blake, this has been absolutely amazing. I love that I got to know your story. And if people aren't following you on social media, they totally should because, again, like I said, you share so much of your life on there and it's a lot of fun. Do you have any final words of wisdom?
Just don't be afraid to chase your dreams. It sounds funny. I'm 36 years old and I've never thought I'd be trying to be a content creator, but since I have started and been consistent with it, it's like so many doors have opened just in a couple months. And
Hmm.
it's just crazy because I'm chasing my dreams and yeah, I'm going to just tell everyone to do the same. Chase your
Yeah,
dreams, even if you're 36 years old or 70 some, just don't give up.
that is amazing. Blake, this has been so much fun, and we cannot wait to see what you're going to be doing. I'm sure you're going to be in October filming everything for FTK
I
and
hope so. Yes, I got to.
that you'll let the community know where to support your mission to honor the memory of your
Yes.
brother-in-law. It's absolutely incredible.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It was fun. It honestly was. And I'd be happy to come back later in the future, maybe if the social media stuff takes off and my story might be different in a couple months. Who
Absolutely.
knows?
Yeah. We cannot wait to see what all you do, my friend. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, Blake, absolutely amazing. You are one phenomenal human being. Your heart is just absolutely incredible, and what you're doing for community is is priceless. So keep it up, my friend. And I love that you reminded us just to keep fighting till the finish line. So good. Blake, thank you for everything, all of the nuggets that you dropped for us of wisdom. It was absolutely priceless. So thank you for your heart. Thank you for what you're doing. And thank you for being a part of the Run Your Story community. You're absolutely amazing, my friend. And thank you to Rocket City Marathon, who is our podcast partner this month. We are so honored to be a part of such an incredible year for Rocket City Marathon. It's their 50th. It's going to be amazing. And so we'd love to have you out. We'd love to celebrate together. So come out to Huntsville in December. You can sign up. You can find out more information on Run Your Story as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're so pumped. So thank you to Rocket City Marathon for partnering with us and believing in the running community stories. We're honored to be a part of it. And thank you to our Patreon family members. We love you. We thank you so much for being a part of this. You make this possible. You make moments like this possible. And we are incredibly grateful for that. Guys, if you want to be a part of our Patreon family, we would love to have you. The more we have, hopefully that means the more that we can do stuff. And we would just love for you to be a part of this. So definitely come along. If you love this podcast, if you love listening, you love sharing, you love commenting, and you want to be a part of something amazing, we hope that you think that this podcast is amazing and want to be a part of it. So we'd love to have you. You can find out more information on Run Your Story as well. To Gilliard Tech Services, thank you so much. Guys, he has been brainstorming like big, and we have some big things in store for Run Your Story, and it's all because of Gilliard Tech Services. I've gotten to sit down with him and I've gotten to say, hey, Gray, this is what I'm envisioning and all the things. And he's taken all of that. And if you've not been to our website lately, please go to runyourstory.com because it's been updated. It looks so good. It's amazing. And that is all possible because of Gilliard Tech Services. So if you have an idea, if you are like, I don't know where to start, definitely go check him out. He is such a patient individual and he understands the importance of your business being seen and how important it is. And that's your story, is what's out there. So thank you, Gilliard Tech Services. He believes in Run Your Story. He believes in running community, and we are eternally grateful for him. Thank you to Dave. Guys, if you have not read his latest blog, it's so good. You should get out there and read it. Again, it's at runyourstory.com. We would love to have you read it, share it, comment about it. He does such a great job pouring out his heart, and he puts it in the blog, and he does such a great job. So go make sure you check out Dave's latest blog as well. Thank you to our guys, Stefan and Scott. They do such a great job. They put us in contact with Blake, and so I'm incredibly grateful for that connection. It's just been an absolute honor to have these guys as part of the team, and we're incredibly grateful for them and their heart for community and their heart for Run Your Story. It's absolutely amazing. And to everyone who listens and shares and comments, thank you for being part of this. We do this because we know that your stories inspire and that someone needs to hear your story. And you never know that the person next to you, what their story is. And our stories connect us, our stories make us stronger, and our stories remind us that we're not just runners, that we're human beings, that we have a story to tell, and what connects us together is running. But we always run for something more, just like what Blake has shared. So definitely get out there, definitely be a part of community, and be a part of Run Your Story. We'd love to have you. We've also updated some new swag. We'd love to have you out there seeing that as well. And we love that we get to share these stories and these moments, and that we get to be a part of your story. It's truly an honor. And with that being said, go Run Your Story, because every story needs to be heard.